We are continue reading Little Kid's First Big Book of Space. And we are going to read Earth's neighborhood from here. Earth has several other planets as neighbors. Rocky planets and gas giants. To be called a planet, an object has to be round and it must orbit a star. Nothing else has its exact same orbit. These 8 big planets that orbit the Sun. There are 8 big planets which orbit the Sun. The 4 planets close to the Sun are made mostly of rock. They are called terrestrial or rocky planets. The 4 planets farthest to the sun, from the Sun are big balls of gas. They do not have a solid surface. Mercury does not have a moon. Mercury is hard to see from Earth because it's so close to the Sun. Right. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It's the smallest of the 8 big planets. It orbits around the Sun faster than any other planet. 1 year on Earth, the time it takes to orbit the Sun is 365 days. 1 year on Mercury is only 88 days. Scientists from National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, sent a spaceship called Messenger to Mercury. NASA is the space program to the United States. Messenger traveled 4.9 billion miles at 7.9 billion kilometers before it began to orbit Mercury. This is Messenger and this is Mercury. A special sunshade helped protect Messenger from the sun's heat as it orbited Mercury. There's a crater. It's a big bowl-shaped hole on the surface of a planet or moon. This is one of the photographs that Messenger took at the surface of Mercury. In March 2011, when I was like 1 year old, Messenger became the first spacecraft to orbit Mercury. Messenger sent photographs of Mercury to scientists on Earth. How old were you when Messenger began to orbit Mercury? I think 3 years or something. Mercury and Venus are only 2 big planets in our solar system that do not have moons. Venus is the closest to Earth. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. It has an atmosphere of thick clouds. The clouds hold in heat like a blanket, making Venus very, very hot. Like, first Venus was like Earth's sunshine, which it gets in summer, where it's that hot. But when that atmosphere came, it made from the hot, it was even a little, it was 10% hotter than the Earth's summer, and then the atmosphere got hot, and I think that what I said, but it's like, I think the atmosphere also got hot, and the atmosphere sent more hot things to the Venus. The sun reflects off Venus, the cloud that makes Venus look very bright. Only the moon is brighter than Venus in the night sky. Can you find Venus in the sky? Hint. It looks like the brightest star in the sky, but it's not a planet, it's a star. Manglian, a spaceship sent to Venus, was able to peek beneath the planet's thick clouds. It took photographs of the surface of Venus. One day on Venus is much longer than one day on Earth because Venus spins more slowly. Magellan was carried from Earth into space by another spacecraft called the Space Shuttle. This is Earth and this is Magellan. Magellan showed most of Venus is covered in lava. The rocks that come from volcanoes. This is a volcano on Venus called Matterhorn. Earth spins counterclockwise or toward the left. Venus spins clockwise or toward the right. Venus spins in the opposite direction that Earth spins. This is Mars. Phobos and Deimos is its moons. The huge volcanoes on Mars may be the biggest in the solar system. One day on Mars is about the same length of time as one day on Earth. Mars is more like Earth than like any other planet in the solar system. Scientists think they may have been flowing rivers on Mars long ago. They were curious where it may be frozen beneath the surface. Mars has two very small moons. They are shaped like potatoes. The moons called Phobos and Deimos. Pretend you're standing on Phobos. When you look up, Mars would cover a huge part of the sky. That's because Mars is so close to its moon. Now pretend you are standing on Earth's moon. When you look up, Earth doesn't cover much of the sky. Earth is far away from its moon. Several other spaceships have traveled to Mars, carrying equipment to explore the planet. Robots called rovers roll across the surface, taking photos, looking for water, and studying rock. The rover Spirit took the photograph of the surface of Mars. That's the Victoria crater. Two rovers called Spirit and Opportunity landed on two sides of Mars in January 2044. Spirit stopped working in 2010 when I was born. But Opportunity kept going, continuing to send information back to Earth. Did Spirit and Opportunity land on Mars before or after you were born? I don't know. This is Curiosity. A rover called Curiosity was launched from Earth in 2011 when I told you, in 2011 I was 1 year, and launched from Earth in 2011 to land on Mars in 2012. One of its jobs, pick up and look at rocks on Mars. Bye bye, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And did you read it with me? If you did, good.